If you're a newcomer to Canada, you might have heard about something called the Canada Child Benefit, but you may not know how to actually get it. Is it only for citizens or can PR holders and work permit holders apply for that too? And if you have moved here recently with kids, are you eligible right away? And today I'm going to talk about everything you need to know about this benefit so you don't leave any money which you are going to get legitimately in this country. So we'll cover who qualifies and how much you can get, and most importantly, how to apply for these. So let's get started. First and foremost, let's understand what is the Canada Child Benefit Program. So the Canada Child Benefit is a tax-free monthly payment that helps families cover the costs of raising children under the age of 18. The amount you receive depends on your family's income, the number of children you have, and the age of your children as well. And also, if your child has a disability, that also do matter. And it's paid out by the Canada Revenue Agency, and for many families, it can add up to thousands of dollars per year. Well, locals may complain that the immigrants are taking away taxpayers' money. As long as you are legitimate and you are supposed to get it legally, I don't think so. You should really bother about such comments that come across in social media platforms. So CRA is not going to give free money just like that for anybody who is not qualified, right? As long as you are sharing or you enter the country legally. And I'm sure they have the process scrutinized and they give only to the ones who deserve. And also, the CCB is one of the most generous child benefit programs in the entire world. Let's understand who is eligible for this program. Basic conditions, of course, you must live in Canada and you must be primarily responsible for the care of a child under 18. You or your spouse must have valid immigration status, such as you have to be a Canadian resident, like Canadian citizen, or a permanent resident, or a protected person with sort of refugee status, and temporary resident who have lived in Canada for at least 18 months, and that's a clause for the temporary residents, and should always have a valid work permit or whatever the legal status is. And if you just move to Canada, don't worry, I'll explain how you can still apply for it. So this is the biggest question. How much money are we really talking about? The money you receive depends on your household income. For the 24-25 period, here's what you can actually get. And if you have children under the age of 6, there's a scope of getting up to 7,437 per year, which is about $620 per child. And if there are children between the age of 6 to 17 years, and there's a scope of getting about $6,200, which is about $522 per year, per month per child. And it all depends upon the lower income, the higher your benefit. And if your household earns less than 34,863 per year, you get the maximum amount. And there is a tool under the CRA's child benefit calculator to check how much you might receive. You just need to put in some numbers over there. So it gives you an estimate. That's not the final number. Of course, CRA has to scrutinize your records and your income statements and all of those before they declare that this is a set amount that you want to receive. But this calculator going to give you an estimate as how much you can typically get for each child. Now let's understand how to apply for the Canada Child Benefit. There are three ways to apply for the CCB. First option is definitely online, which is the fastest and the easiest way to go to. And if your child was born in Canada, the easiest way to apply is online through your CRA account. And you need to simply log into CRA account, go to apply for child benefits, fill out the application, and submit your documents if needed, and wait for confirmation. And usually the processing takes about 8 weeks, and if it's a busy season like the tax season, it might typically take more than 8 weeks, so it depends. And if you are a newcomer and you don't have a CRA account yet, I highly recommend setting up one. You don't need to have to file taxes as yet, but you can still go and create a CRA account with your social insurance number. And the option two could possibly be applicable for someone who may have a child who is born here and who is a Canadian citizen. And they might be able to apply when you register their birth in the province or the territory that they are born in. And but this is possible if you include your social insurance number when you are registering your child there. And if you have not, you will need to apply separately through CRA by account or by mail. And option three, probably a little slow process, but through mail. And if you just moved to Canada and don't have online access, you can apply by mail. And here's what you need to do. You need to download and print form RC66, which is Canada Child Benefits Application, and fill out the form with your details. Attach any required documents like proof of immigration status, proof of residency, etc., and mail it to the CRA tax center based on your province. And the entire processing time for this takes about 11 weeks. And so let's talk about some of the common mistakes that could delay your CCPE benefit. A lot of people make mistakes when applying, which can delay their payment. Like I said, the CRA is not going to give you just like that because you applied. So they would thoroughly examine and see if you really meet the criteria. Only then they want to issue that amount. Otherwise, they wouldn't release just like that. So whoever it is, citizens or anybody, need not worry that government is giving free money or just like that, even for the non-qualified ones. So that's not the case here. So some of those common errors that typically newcomers make are not providing the immigration documents, especially if you are a newcomer here to the country. And if you're forgetting to tell, if you have been here for at least a year or two and you have not paid taxes, then CCP is based on your income tax return. So you must file taxes every single year, even if you had no income. And incorrect address or banking info. So make sure that your details are up to date always. Whether there is a change to the bank account or if there is a change to the mailing address, always go and update that timely. And also, it's important that your marital status changes should also be communicated to CRA always, because there is a dependency there because you and your spouse are linked. So double check everything before you submit to avoid any sort of delays. Of course, if they have any sort of questions, they're going to send you a mail or email into your CRA account that you could probably see what exactly is the reason for them to ask for more documentation, or if they have rejected, or if they're rejected, they're going to clearly describe that in that email. So your every even situation is different, so you have to go and read that in detail. And if you have applied online, obviously you will be able to see the status online as well exactly your application is, and if it's in process or it's at what stage it is, you will be able to track that if in case you filed online for sure. Otherwise, you have to call the helpline number and check your status. So typically, like I said, it may take between 8 to 11 weeks, and depending upon the complexity of your case, obviously they might take a bit more, but that's the average timelines that I'm talking about. For suppose you're eligible and you declare that you're going to get payments, so CCB benefits are made on the 20th of every single month. And if you apply before your child turns 1 year, payments will be backdated to their fund. Basically, they're both months. And if you're a newcomer and if you apply within your first year in Canada, you might get payments retroactively from the month you arrived. So you don't have to wait to apply. So now you know exactly how to apply for the Canada Child Benefit. It's absolutely great money as a helping hold for these parents and only to those ones who legitimately are living in Canada and are filing taxes on time. It's not a free money from some other taxpayers' money. You get it only if you deserve to get it. It definitely adds up to thousands of dollars per year if you're eligible to that high qualifying amount. And it's pretty easy to apply. So all that matters is don't forget to file your taxes every single year. And if you haven't applied yet, do it today. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to share and subscribe for more of these videos. Thank you for watching. Great.